Irvin Felix Sean with the Fitness Journals, where I provide education, entertainment, and authenticity to the calisthenics game. And today, y'all gonna join me while we hit 100 burpees. Now, I'm gonna be giving some brain games why we do this workout. I know it's been a while. I don't spend time on YouTube really at all anymore. I've been bringing posts recently, and I'm kind of like, come on, you gotta remember that when you started YouTube in the first place, the whole purpose was to give people real practical information, the science of things, so they can actually change their lives, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with some pre-workout, and thankfully, I got a mango tree right there, and that's gonna be our pre-workout. So we're gonna walk down the hill real quick and grab ourselves a mango. Now, look at this. Well, I'm not gonna. There's a lot to pick from, but the truth is, I don't want to pick the ones that are too young. I want them to get nice and ripe. And it looks like yesterday I did pick a couple of them, but I'm just gonna show y'all. You see this? Look at this. Look at these. This is pre-workout. I just come out here, grab them straight from the tree, eat them, start my workout. So that's the beauty of living in the islands. Um, there's a orange tree right there, soursop trees over there, and then on my farm, 11 acres, we got everything, right? So a lot of soursop, a lot of short crops, a lot of everything over there. There's just in my yard, my house. Um, got these mangoes over here, but anyway, I'm not gonna disrupt them because it doesn't look like any are ready. But I low key just wanted to show y'all that, right? That's how we get down. So let's go ahead, head back up there, get into the workout. We're gonna talk some brain gains. If there's any questions that you have before we even get into the workout, go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. If not, let's get busy. The goal is to do 100 burpees today, right? Before this workout is done, 100 burpees. So we're not gonna do it straight, and 100 is really not a lot. It's just so we getting back, So that's the goal for today. Take your pre-workout. If it's something like that, power to you. Now, one of these days, we're going to incorporate these steps into a workout. Before we got the steps put in, had to walk up this steep hill. I don't think you could really get an idea of the grade of how steep this hill is from the video, but I'm just telling you, it's very steep. You got to walk like on your toes, right? But this is why it's the fitness house. It's a workout house. There's no way if you want to come here, you got to be able to be in shape, or you got to be willing to get in shape. So anyway, enough talking. Let's get busy. So remember, we're not into fitness for the fad, right? It's a lifestyle. A lot of people might tend to think, well, I have a goal, right? I want to go on vacation. And don't get me wrong, those goals are important to give you a little boost of motivation, but you have to understand the underlying reason. Otherwise, vacation is not enough to keep you disciplined and consistent long enough, right? You have to dig deeper and find out, like, what's the real reason? What is the real reason? And my thing is, once you reach a level of fitness, it's nearly impossible for you to fall off. Yes, you might take a little break here and there, don't get me wrong, but when I say fall off, to like revert to the total opposite, you just start eating junk foods, you don't work out at all, you don't even think about fitness. Once you reach a level of fitness, you get and you feel so good that there's nothing else that can give you that feeling other than you getting in and do your workout, right? So we're gonna hit the first set. If you feel like you got to do a little warm up, I'm doing this with the brick, but generally speaking, if you're doing it with just your body weight, you don't necessarily have to do a warm up. Obviously, general warm ups are always good, but especially if you're going under load, additional resistance, absolutely always do the warm up. But just in general, because you will be doing like some pushing stuff, if you just want to open up your chest like that, do some arm circles, loosen up the core, go ahead. But we're going to kick it off. I'm starting with the brick. I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to do it interchangeably, probably 10 burpees with the brick, 10 burpees without. We're going to see. But anyway, we're kicking it off. Let's get busy. Focus on your breathing, proper form. We're not trying to fly through this as quickly as possible. We're trying to make sure we're getting the workout doing efficiency, right? Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 90 more to go. So, like I said, in between, just going to be giving some nuggets, but of course I got to catch my breath. And then before we get into the next set, I'm going to talk a little bit, right? So, control the breathing, steady pace, control. Control. Your heart rate should not remain elevated as your working set during your rest set, right? And that's the indication of, obviously, your cardiovascular capacity. And keep in mind, guys, not every single workout should be with the focus of building muscle. Don't get me wrong. You should definitely have a phase and infrastructure where primarily you should focus on building lean muscle mass. So the amount of cardio that's implemented probably won't be significant, but it's always about the goal, right? But having lean muscle mass is super, super important, right? So for so many reasons, it's important to actively work on that. That's your goal. Your goal is to build lean muscle. That's the goal, right? And that's why phases are super important, right? So different phases call for different exercise patterns, different energy systems, X, Y, Z. That's what we got to keep in mind. We're not trying to take too much rest. So this one, I'm not going to lift the brick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 80 more to go. Breathe. Control. Let me make sure the camera, everything is still good. We don't want to cut off. All right, still rolling. As soon as I said that, my alarm came on. But anyway, like I said, the focal point, you'll have to understand what your goal is. And ultimately, that will dictate your workouts, frequency of your workouts, intensity of your workouts, everything, literally everything. So a lot of people ask, well, how often should I work out? Depends on your goal, and obviously, number one, the intensity of each session. Because you got to recover. If you're not recovering, you're not fulfilling the purpose of the workout, which is gains, right? So if the rate of muscle breakdown surpasses that of recovery, you're doing yourself no favors, right? Come on. It's going to be forever, so you'll be sitting out there all day. So today, like I told you guys, we have a special guest who will be showing us, I didn't tell you guys that, but now you know, who will be showing us some of the most intensive. You think I work out hard? Special guest is about to wow y'all. I'm going to take a break. Until then, catch your breath. Like I said, this is light. This is light. We have 80 more. We're taking our time, but it's still light. And without further ado, instructor Alicia Peters. Thank you. Thank you. You guys clap it up right now. Leave those claps in the comment section. And now start. Well, I have nothing more to say. This is the professional. You have to, okay, wonderful. You guys will see her again. That's all for today. Anyway, we're getting back to it. Next set, 10. Let's pump them out. I'm going to use the brick again. Eight. Breathe it up. light still, because you know it's always a warm-up. That's 30 down. Control the breathing. We're not going to take a long rest this time. We'll reserve the longer rest as we reach towards the end of the workout. Let's go. 10. 10. 40 down. Mic still on, all right. Shake it off. Breathe, control it. We're about to be halfway there. Breathe. We'll talk after this set. All right, so we're gonna go straight through it. Once we reach the 50, take a little bit of a longer. I'm gonna chat to y'all, and then we gonna give it some pace until we almost ready, right? I mean, until we almost finish. I'm back with the brick. Yeah. Breathe. 50. 50. I need my money by Monday. 50. We're doing this for longevity. We know that. Of course, once again, yeah, I know y'all like muscle this, muscle. That's cool. It's important. But ultimately, the goal is longevity. When you're 50, 60, 70, 80, you still want to be mobile. You want to have energy. Get kids, grandkids, great grandkids, move around, give them competition. You know what I mean? So the number one thing that people always ask me about, every single day I'll get a message about it, is consistency. Oh, yo, I'm not consistent because, and it's always an excuse, right? But that's good. It's good. It's not terrible that you have an excuse, right? You have to understand the degree of importance of doing nothing, right? So if you're inactive right now, doing absolutely nothing, 5 years from now, what does the life that you've created because of doing nothing, what does that look like? And now let's flip it, right? And the unfortunate thing is, it gets worse and worse and worse, right? But the great news is, for the opposite, it's the same, right? 5 years from now, man, even if you're doing three days a week of something like this, it's gonna take you less than an hour, right? And you do that for 3 days a week for the next 5 years. Do you mean to tell me that that will not show, there will not be a significant difference between you doing this and doing nothing? That's what we got to think about. It's the longevity. Frequency over intensity. If you come, you get back into the workout, you crash out, right? Every time you use 3 months, you take off, then you get back and crash out. You're like, I'm going so hard for this one day, maybe week, right? You're burned out. The week's over, you're burned out. Yeah, I can't keep this up. You gotta be realistic for your lifestyle, right? Let me make sure we still on here. All right, gonna reset it. Yeah, so we getting it. We just did 50, right? Time to get to 60. Did I use the brick glass? You know what? I can't remember, so I'm using the brick again, right? Right? This is light, so it don't matter. 1. 10. I think I did use a brick glass. That's all right. Breathe. We just did 60. Next is 70. Breathe. Breathe. Deep breathing. And controlled. Bring that heart rate down. And remember, if you always want to challenge yourself, there's so many different variations, right? Change the rest time. So shorten the rest time. Do more reps in between. So instead of 10, do 15, do 20, change it up. Put on a weighted vest, lift up a brick, do something that makes it increasingly, that's what progressive overload is, making it increasingly more difficult, right? That's the only way your body will adapt. That's how you get strong. You want to build muscle. You want to get stronger. You want to look better. Progressive overload. That's the only way. Breathe. Light work. It's just a warm-up. We know that. It's just a warm-up. We just warming up. I think y'all thought this was a workout. Could never be. Ready? Back to it. This is 70. We almost there. We almost there. Ah, 10. 70, 80 is next. Breathe. Just a warm up. To be honest, 100 is the bare minimum amount of burpees that you should be able to do. Yes, everyone's at a different point in their journey, but that should be a goal. Everybody should have that goal to at least be able to bang out 100 burpees, right? In a session. That's a staple. Minimum. This is baby numbers. So if you haven't hit there yet, that's why you're here. If you did get there yet, we double it or make it more challenging. Put on a weighted vest, ankle weights, do it with dumbbells, with extra resistance, whatever it is. So I'm listening to my body. We got something going on here. We got to finish it. But I'm put the brick down, right? We're not going to use that for the last 2 sets because we got to be smart, right? We got to be smart. It ain't a competition. I'm learning that, before that would never be the case. It's like, yo, whether I get to use my arm again or whatever body part that's injured, it don't matter. I got to finish it. But, your glory days, you got to look at it as if they're still ahead of you, right? You can't be, I'm getting older. Everyone's getting older, right? You're like, my best days are behind me. We're not doing, shout out to the legend Ronnie Coleman for what he did, but we can't go out like that, right? Now with that, like his best days are behind him. I'm not saying like at the age he is now, he'll be able to push to the degree that he was able to back then, even without the injury, but he would still be able to get down. You know what I mean? Can't walk anymore, basically stuck in a wheelchair. That's not what we're going for. We're trying to live as long as we're alive. All right. See the pump? What's y'all pump looking like right now? What we saying? What's that pump? Look at the pump that you got right now. What's that pump looking like? Is it showing that you're putting in work? Let's go. $90. Yep. One more set. Breathe. Control it. And to be honest, 100 burpees, like how we're doing it, it shouldn't take you that long. It should take you a lot less than this. Like I said, we're progressing, right? That's what we're looking at. Just get it done. That's the point. Even if you couldn't do it in 10, do it in 5s, or 2, 3, as long as you're getting it done, right? But this is the bare minimum. That's all I'm saying. This is what you should be striving for if you can't do it yet. And if you are doing it, make it more challenging. Don't want a weighted vest. Do it, make it more challenging. Decrease the rest time. Actually time it, 30 seconds. Next time around, 25 seconds. Let's eat. Finish this warm up so we can start the next warm up. That's how we know it was too easy. Breathe. That's how we know it was too easy. Last set, explosive. Come on now. Breathe. Breathe. Look, it don't matter how much time you took off. You're not getting younger. Start back. Stop thinking about a good time to start back. Just do it, right? Of course, having a plan is the best is the best approach. But truth is, I'm not going to say plans are overrated. They're definitely important. But if that's the only thing that's stopping you from starting, forget the plan. Get started. The plan will almost be like a natural next step. Because you're like, yo, I'm making progress by just doing random stuff, basically. And if you don't know where to start, check out my free program. Over 44,000 downloads or so, right? It's helped tens of thousands of people. Don't take a penny from it. It's there. It's there for your use, right? So you have no excuse. Anyway, I'll probably be doing some talk videos as well. That's just like way easier. The truth is, when I'm working out, I just like to do my workout. But once again, like I said at the beginning, I have to remember why. The whole purpose when I started YouTube back in, what was it, 2014, like uploading my first video, was just people were always asking me questions, right? And instead of answering everybody one by one, I'm like, let me make a video and send it to them. And that's the nature of the beginning, right? So people will always need help. And once I'm here on this planet, that's going to be my unsworn duty. I'm not going to swear it, but that's going to be my unsworn duty to continue to do that, help people how I can, right? So that's it for now. Take your time, cool down, eat something nice, high in protein. This should give you, now this is not like a design for muscle building, but if you're doing the push-ups and you're hitting enough volume, you could use some protein, right? So we'll talk about all that in another video. If you haven't yet, follow me on Threads because I post a lot of long form helpful content, brain games on there, which I'll probably turn into videos. So, we'll put that on here. Health is wealth, get money. Remember, it is just the warm-up.